and you've got a slow-moving weapon, okay? So, again, I'll borrow you, sir. Okay, now there's jeopardy here. You might think, okay, well, that's a knife, and I've got a stick. But bear in mind that most of these assaults are going to happen this close, right? So the benefits of the stick in terms of range and power, unless you're extremely lucky or extremely vigilant, have already disappeared, right? Now, the idea that I could fend off the knife stabs with the stick in any type of stick fencing format is going to be very difficult indeed, because this is going to move a hell of a lot slower than that. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. With Bonafonte's method, this is a weaponized version of my hand. So my hand speed on fighting, stopping stuff is actually a lot faster. If you can imagine, if I take that stick out of my hand, my ability to meet where that is and do stuff is a lot better. The fact that I might be able to go, shit, slide, fuck it, yeah. Yeah? I can rapidly deploy my stick defensively. Now, I'm not for a moment suggesting it's like all forearm aligned. Don't over kung fu it, yeah? Literally, I'm here, I'm holding this, I've spotted this horrible thing coming. As quick as my hand can move, I've got something. I won't be able to fend that for more than 2 seconds. Eventually, I'll be just overwhelmed and stuff full of holes. But I can instinctively, just think like boxing. Boom, bam! I can pop him right in the face with that. And that bust bit of nose buys me the millisecond I need. Now, this is a much more fortuitous fight for me. It's still very dangerous, but I would feel a lot more comfortable fighting you with a knife from this range now than I would otherwise. So just a thing to remember with Bonafonte's system, he is a member of an upper or higher class. He's got the fancy cane, he's wearing the rob me clothes. The person robbing him has probably got a knife, truncheon, cudgel, knuckle dusters, small concealable weapons, criminal weapons. Criminal weapons are meant to be small, fast and concealable. So you've got to think with this Bonafonte system, it's being able to rapidly respond to a threat. Yeah, so I go from here, boom, jeez, right. Okay, we're on now. We're on. I've got power here. So do think of that and drill that a little bit. You don't need a fake knife, but just practice with the stick. What is it like to meet and greet a hand tool? And think of it, don't forget your fundamental martial skills. Where Bonafonte taught this stick method was also taught boxing. And lutte livre, wrestling, grappling, fencing. It's a martial system. Yeah? It's a martial system made of many martial methods. So the idea, yeah, boom, I can fire that shot in. Absolutely. Because what I've got here is essentially a knuckle duster. Yeah, I've got something with a bit of bite. Now you won't feel that so well on the eskrima sticks, but even the lip of the stick, what's also known as the edge of the stick, will cause some damage. With something like this or a ball-headed cane, I can move my hand and react really fast. You know, I can move my hand as fast as it would be without the stick. Soon as I try and bring the stick into play, everything's slower, which is okay against an unarmed human, but against an armed human, the ability to pop it, float it, make space, and take his face is an important one. That's one I want you to have a go at, and another one I want you to have a go at. Can you put the pad on? One of the signatures of Bonafonte's system is this. Right, so can you hold it as if you're going to throw an uppercut? Right? And just that way. Yeah, there we go. So, if I have clocked the threat a bit earlier, if the gods have gifted me this awareness opportunity, one of the signatures of the Bonafonte method is whilst in that walking grip to fire the stick up like so. Now this is never designed, it's never going to cause significant damage, ever. Just doesn't have the musculature to it. But I can have a bit of that. It's the idea that if that pad was down, if there was a quick advance, that flash up puts a wasp in his car that I fulfill with. Now it could be, I flash that up and just deck him with the end of that stick. It could be that I flash that up and I'm already... The great thing about the flash is it immediately turns into that power grip. And you've got to sell it. You've got to think like a professional wrestler. If I want you to flinch, I have to really sell it. Sometimes you think you're so good, you're bad. If your shot is so good they don't see it coming, maybe I wanted to flinch more than the reaction to the shot. You know, maybe I want, you know, I need that. I buy that, I break a bit of posture, boom, done. This makes sense? Yeah. So sell the shot. Don't be too subtle. If I'm selling a jab, I'm not going to do my fastest jab, I might put more shoulder in it. Oh, fire the shot. Same thing. Sell the things. So I want you to have a really quick go at some of Bonafonte's strikes, and they can come upwards, diagonal, or like so. Don't put too much force because most of you have got focus mitts, not these, but just get a feel in the air what a rapid swing feels and looks like. But bear in mind that these are small transitional. Whoop, bang, or whoop, boom. To make you flinch, make you stop, make you pause, make you react. So I've got a bit of reactionary gap here. Bit sus, coming into my space, saying the wrong things, whoop, and it's on. Most times, you're already too late. It's already here, in which case that's why the first lesson of the Bonafonte system is just chinning with the edge of the stick, because we're already too close. Does this make sense? So the two things I want you to have practice that. A, he calls these cuts. Yeah? All of these are called bastonazos. Hits with a strike. Up, round, round. You get the idea. Not rocket science, but these can transition into punches with the butt or pommel, as they were called, or into that power harpoon grip, which allows you to put an end to business. So it's a really important one. And also have a go very quickly with your training partners what it is to respond with the stick as a hand tool object, because it moves fast. It moves the rapidest way you could move a stick. If you imagine, stranger in the night, you got a lump under your bed, bit of stick, bit of cricket bat, bit of hard bludgeoning item. You, groggy, 4 in the morning, will you have the wherewithal to stick fence a fast knife? You might not. But if you know how to hold it here, all of the things I do most of the time, which for most of us is these, I can bring into play and just weaponize it. So have a go at what it means to meet and feel a weapon, and then get the chance to use it at its greatest opportunity. Make sense?
Yeah.
Have a quick go at those.